Hey guys, right here I have a 2014 Toyota Camry 2.0G. And today I'm going to make a startup and full vehicle tour video of it, show you the features inside and out. So here is the key fob. Let's go ahead and start it up first. The Camry 2.0G does come standard with Toyota's version of a keyless entry and start system, so just have the key fob on yourself. The doors are currently unlocked. Press this ribbed area to lock the doors. And to unlock the doors, simply tap the area behind the driver's side door handle. That keyless entry does bring keyless start as well. Just make sure the key fob is inside the car. Put your foot on the brake and press the start button to the right of the steering wheel. The XV50 Toyota Camry comes with an electric rack and pinion power steering system. The 2.0G variant does come standard with a leather-wrapped steering wheel with sport grips on the sides. The 2-litre engine for the XV50 Camry in Malaysia only comes with a 4-speed automatic with manual shifting via the plus and minus down by the gear lever. Shifting into reverse activates the parking sensors. The parking brake is foot operated. As it is currently engaged, push it once to disengage it and push it back down to engage it. Safety in the Camry 2.0G consists of 2 airbags, anti-lock braking system with electronic brake force distribution and brake assist, vehicle stability control, traction control, an alarm system with immobilizer, and ISOFIX child seat anchor points for the rear seats. As usual, let's turn on the hazards, lights, front and rear fog lights, take a look at the engine, and roll down the driver's side window. The Camry 2.0G comes with a set of 4 16-inch 10-spoke alloy rims as standard. The rims on this Camry are wrapped in Bridgestone Turanza ER33 215/60 R16 tires. Ventilated disc brakes and solid disc brakes are found front and rear respectively, and the suspension comprises of McPherson struts in front and a multi-link setup at the back. The Camry nameplate dates back to 1979 when it was used on a 4-door saloon called the Celica Camry. This was not the first generation Camry but more of a predecessor. There were 2 body styles of Camry available, the narrow body and the wide body. The former started in 1982 with the V10 generation all the way until the V40 generation, which ended production in 1998. The idea for a wide-body Camry started when the V30 Camry's size, limited by Japanese tax legislations, was deemed too small for international markets. Hence, a bigger version of the V30 Camry was released to markets outside Japan as the XV10 Camry. While the XV10 and XV20 Camrys were mostly the same worldwide, it was with the XV30 that there were two different designs, one for the American market and the other one for the Asian market. The XV40 and XV50 Camrys continued this tradition. The XV50 Camry was released in 2011 with a facelift premiering in 2014 for the 2015 model year. The 2-liter engine in the pre-facelift XV50 Camry is a carryover from the XV40 Camry. Codenamed 1AZ-FE, the engine displaces 1,998 cubic centimeters and it features an inline-4 layout with dual overhead cams, 16 valves, and variable valve timing with intelligence. It produces 146 horsepower at 6,000 rpm and 190 Nm of torque at 4,000 rpm. 0 to 100 and top speed figures are claimed to be 12.5 seconds and 187 km per hour respectively. With a 70-liter petrol tank, combined fuel consumption is rated at 8.3 liters per 100 kilometers. 198 grams of carbon dioxide is produced per kilometer and the Camry is front-wheel drive. The XV50 Camry made its Malaysian debut back in June 2012 with 3 variants made available: Base 2.0e, Mid-Level 2.0G, and Range Topping 2.5V. The range was updated in 2013 with the 2.0G and the 2.5V variants now available with vehicle stability control and traction control. The first quarter of 2014 saw a new variant in the form of the 2.0GX joining the lineup. The 2.0GX slots in between the 2.0G and the 2.5V. Exterior features of the Camry 2.0G includes auto-leveling xenon projector headlights, headlight washer system, front and rear fog lights, front and rear parking sensors, indicators on the side mirrors, and chrome door handles. Right down here you do have a speaker, cup holder, some storage, and right up here you do have your mirror controls, window lock, central locking, as well as your window controls. Only the driver's side is fully automatic in both ways. Right here you do have the button to activate your headlight washer system, button to activate or deactivate your front parking sensors, Camry door sills, and right here this lever opens up your boot and this lever releases your fuel flap. The driver's seat in this Camry 2.0G does get full powered adjustments. All of your controls are located right down here. You do have adjustable lumbar support as well. Alright, so let's go ahead and see how she revs. The Camry 2.0G does come standard with a dual-zone automatic climate control system. All of your controls are located right here. It is quite simple to use. You do have your fan speed, different modes, front and rear defrost, recirculation, driver's side temperature with your automatic and off button, and your passenger side temperature with dual and air conditioning. Dual means if you have it turned on, the driver's side and passenger side will have their own individual temperature controls, but if you turn it off, like it is right now, the driver's side will control the temperature for both sides. The Camry 2.0G comes as standard with an integrated head unit with various media connectivity options and 6 speakers for the sound system. The sound system in the Camry is decent. It's not the best, not the worst either. You do have your CD player right above. It is MP3 compatible. It's set up to access your sound system settings with your bass, treble, balance and fader, and your speed volume control. Use this knob to scroll to your different songs, tune to your different radio stations and all that. You do have your scan, selecting your different folders, your 6 customizable stations for the FM AM menu, hit media to cycle through your different media options. You do have USB, auxiliary, CD, and hit radio to cycle through between FM and AM. You do have your seat track buttons right here, your text button, and your volume and power knob right here. You do have a digital clock right above the central aircon vents in front. Central locking, and this car does come with power folding mirrors. On the steering wheel, the left spoke houses your volume controls as well as your selecting your different tracks or radio stations. You can select your different modes via this button as well. Press and hold to turn off the radio or mute the system. And hit this display button right here to cycle through your multi-information display in the instrument cluster. Right now you do have your range and average fuel consumption, average speed, elapsed time, your eco drive level, your vehicle settings, with your language and eco indicator, turning the display off, and back to your range and average fuel consumption. To the right, you do have your mileage and trip meter, and to the left, you do have your engine temperature, gear position, and outside temperature. On the left stalk, you do have your wiper controls, and on the right stalk, you do have your light and indicator controls. Right down here, you do have your cruise control. The steering wheel in this Camry does come with tilt and telescopic adjustments. Adjust it via this lever down here. You do have a bit of storage down here, and underneath this flap, more storage, as well as a cigarette lighter or power outlet depending on what you use it for. You do have a couple of cup holders right here, and right here more storage, another power outlet, as well as your auxiliary and USB ports. adjustable center armrest with storage down below. Manual dimming rear view mirror. Your interior lights right above. And the sun visor for the driver's side does have a vanity mirror and a light. Alright, so I guess that's it for the startup. We can turn it off right now. And continue with the rest of the tour. You do have some storage down there as well as a bottle holder. And right up here you do have your window control and a bit of storage. Camry door sills for the back as well. I did set the driver's seat to a position that I would feel comfortable in, and I do get a bit of room to stretch out my feet underneath the driver's seat. However, legroom is actually quite good. I probably have quite a lot of it, as you can see right here. And as for headroom, I have about this much, which is actually quite good. There are storage pockets on the front seat backs, rear aircon vents, and if the passenger on that side requires more legroom and there is no front passenger sitting in the seat, the rear passenger can always adjust it via the buttons right here. Rear center armrest with cup holders. You do have a pass-through to the back as well. Your rear lighting controls right up there. And for both sides, you do have grip handles with hooks. Now, there are three ways to gain access to the boot. There's the lever inside the cabin that I showed you earlier on. There's a touchpad right beneath the Toyota badge, and there is also the button on the key fob. Boot space in the XV50 Camry is rated at 515 litres with the rear seat backs in place. Underneath the boot floor is the vehicle's spare tyre and toolkit. Since the rear seat backs in the Camry 2.0G do not fold down, if longer items are to be transported, there is a pass-through to the back seats via the rear center armrest as shown earlier on. The rear doors do open quite wide and an almost 90-degree angle, which does aid entry and exit to the back. You do have adjustable headrests front and rear. You do have a speaker down there with a bottle holder and some storage, and your window control right up here. The front passenger seat does get full powered adjustments as well. It just loses out on the lumbar support that is found on the driver's side. Lockable glove box. It is fairly big. And the sun visor on this side does have a vanity mirror and a light as well. Alright, so let's start it up with the door closed. Alright, so let's take the Camry 2.0G for a quick test drive. The Camry is a relaxing car to drive. It does not have the most exciting drive among its competitors, but it does a fairly nice job of getting people here and there. The engine has adequate power for going around, but push it hard and the lack of power shows. It takes time to build up speed, and in my opinion, the 4-speed automatic plays a part in the engine feeling lethargic when overtaking or hard acceleration is needed. That being said, the steering is not too heavy, nor is it too light, and the suspension is comfortable. As for the interior, the 2.0G variant is quite basic, losing out on some standard features that are considered to be the norm in this segment. The 2.0G makes do without a touchscreen head unit as standard, although one is on the options list. It also loses out on a higher airbag count, Bluetooth, automatic headlights and wipers, auto-dimming rearview mirror, and sunshades for the rear. However, basic does mean it is easy to use. The dashboard has a pretty straightforward layout, and everything is where you would expect it to be. The instrument cluster displays all the needed information, and it even has 3 fuel consumption readouts, one in the middle display, and a gauge to the right that displays both average and instantaneous data. The seats, while they do not offer a whole lot of support, they are comfortable.
Alright, so I guess that's it for the startup and full vehicle tour video of this 2014 Toyota Camry 2.0G. Thanks for watching and goodbye.